So, Constitution of India, today we are discussing the Indian Constitution and its salient features. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. It lays down the framework defining the fundamental political principles, establish the structure, procedure, powers, and duties of the government. That means the Constitution is a document which contains rules and regulations according to which a country is governed. Now, our constitution, it has various salient features. Now, these features makes it a different constitution from the rest of the world. For example, first feature is longest written constitution. Indian constitution is the written and the lengthiest constitution of the world. Why it is the lengthiest constitution? Because our constitution is having 395 articles and 12 schedules, and other countries, for example the countries of the America, and they are not having these such articles, lengthy articles and written documents. So that is why we say our constitution is the lengthiest constitution. We have detailed and minute accounts of our laws, our administration, and government. Second is single citizenship. It means that in our country, we are having only the single citizenship. We are the citizens of India only. Whether we belong to Punjab, Maharashtra, Haryana, but we are Indians and we are having the single citizenship here. Third is fundamental rights. What are fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are the basic rights of the citizens. These are the legal rights of the citizens. Fundamental rights gives security and development to the citizens. And if anybody violates our fundamental rights, we can go to the court. And now there are six fundamental rights. For example, right to freedom of speech and expression, a right to property. These are our fundamental rights. I have given you example of the fundamental rights. Now, fundamental duties. Fundamental duties and rights are the two sides of the same coin. That means rights are for the citizens and duties are for the nation. We perform our duties for the nation. Then, directive principles of the state policy. Directive principles are for the states. And what do you mean by the rigidity and flexibility? Rigidity and flexibility means that our constitution is sometimes very rigid, very tough. We cannot amend it easily, but sometimes we can change according to the changing circumstances. And what is adult suffrage? Adult suffrage means in India, all the adults who achieve the age of 18, they are having right to vote. They can participate in the election process. They can oppose the government policies. So we in India, we give this right to all our citizens without any discrimination of caste, color, creed, or sex. Now, India as a democratic, socialist, sovereign republic state, that means that India is a democratic country. It means it is that country in which powers lies in the hands of the people. And socialist. Socialist means that in India we give equal opportunities to all its people without any criteria. And sovereign means we declare and a sovereign and secular state because we have our own foreign policy. We can defend our own country. We can make our own policy. And secular means that India is a secular nation. Here, everybody is free to adopt any religion, choose any religion, he can go to the church, he can go to the mosque. So there is no binding, and country cannot declare any religion as a state religion. Now we were discussing fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and directive principles. Fundamental rights are the fundamental rights are given to the citizens of our country for their development. So these are our basic rights and legal rights. Legal right means if anybody violates our fundamental rights, we can go to the court. For example, right to property. If somebody confiscate your property, you can file a case against him. You can go to the court. And what are duties? Duties are the obligations on the part of the citizens towards the country. So, duties and rights are the two sides of the same coin. Now, what are directive principles? Directive principles are the directions or the guidelines given to the state for their development. But directive principles are not legal. For example, free and compulsory education up to the age of 14. So, and for example, the prohibition of liquor, equal pay for both men and women. Acha, Gujarat in India, it has prohibited liquor, but in MP, we have not prohibited this. So it is up to the state. They can adopt the directive principles according to their needs. That is sufficient. After this, we will revise it again. Okay.